What on guys, Commander here, and welcome to my first impressions and opinions review on Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I almost said 3 then. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. This is going to be interesting. Now, I was never intending to buy Black Ops 4. When I heard that Black Ops 4 was going to be released, I looked at the trailer and I thought, oh my god, here we go again. Call of Duty World War II, I never played it. I've seen some gameplay of it. I didn't play the beta, I didn't play it at all, and I haven't got it. But I can tell that it was a good game. Now, the reason why it's become a bit of an underdog as far as Call of Duty games are concerned, I personally believe, was because of all the controversy that Battlefront 2 had when it was released, as they both released at relatively the same time. I think Battlefront 2 got a lot of publicity, not all for the wrong reasons, mind you, but I think it pushed World War II out of the spotlight a little bit. But Activision have come back with what's known as Call of Duty Black Ops 4. What can I say? They basically just made the same mistake again, you know, and I'll go through it in this review. I just want to give a brief overview of what I think about the game. I was never going to get the beta on this, but I would have got it on my Xbox if I'd known that it was coming to Xbox. I wasn't going to pre-order this. I never was imagined to pre-order this. I just wanted to have a go at the beta and just to see what it was like. But one Saturday morning, I heard that you could just download it on your PC for free. Just during the beta, as you could do on the Xbox, and I thought, well, since I've got a PC that might be able to run it, I'll try it. If it doesn't work, I'll download it on the Xbox. It works perfectly fine on my PC, no problems at all. I have to turn the video settings down a little bit, but that's, you know, expected. But I've been playing a bit of it. I played I've played about 6 hours on it on multiplayer. Now, I'm going to go into what I liked and what I did not like about this game, as per usual, and what I think could be changed. For when the game fully releases. So first of all, what I liked. Now, generally speaking, when I got into this game first, now obviously if you go into a new game in a franchise that you haven't played for ages, I noticed this when I play, when I go into Halo after I played like ages of Battlefront 2, my skills in the game and my reactions and knowing how to play the actual game has just completely gone up into the air, and I gotta try and sort it out again. So I wasn't intending to go and get leaderboard first game, as I so often do on Battlefront 2 or near enough. But I wasn't expecting that for Black Ops 4. But I didn't have to play too much of the game before I got used to how the game worked. The controls are relatively simple and straightforward. You know, mouse buttons like left to shoot, right to aim down sights, WASD shift, and your ability to Q and E, so they're easy to access. And it was quite easy to get into. I went into a couple of games with control zones just to see what it was like, and then I hopped into some team deathmatch. And as soon as I got into some team deathmatch, I was doing quite well. I was getting like 16, 17 kills, 16, 17 kills each game. Which I didn't think was too bad considering I'd only played it for about 10 hours. It's better than what I did for Battlefront 2, I can assure you. But yeah, generally speaking, it's a really nice feel to the game, and it's very easy to get used to. You know, a lot of the weapons I'm using, I can't remember for the life of me what weapon I'm using, but I really enjoy using this weapon, progressing with this weapon. Rocket launchers are actually really easy to use and easy to get kills with, which I think is quite interesting. It's also quite good because I like killing people with rocket launchers. In the gameplay, I'll see if I can find a little bit and put it on screen now, but I got a few kills with the rocket launcher, and I was just like, in the back of my head, I was like, yes, brilliant, got it. And that felt really good. But yeah, it's nice to feel about the game. It's really easy to get used to. So that's generally speaking, as far as gaming is concerned, it's quite a good thing about Black Ops 4. Another thing which sort of goes without saying as far as I'm saying Battlefront 2 now. As far as Black Ops 4 is concerned, which sort of goes without saying for new games especially, it sounds amazing. You know, I know it's meant just sort of goes without saying it in a sense, but you expect for new games, you expect for new games to have brilliant sounds. You know, the bullets sound crisp, sharp, and actually realistic when there's lots of shouting going on. I've got a 7.1 surround sound headset on, so it sounds even better. You can hear your footsteps just stomping on the ground. You can hear other people coming from different angles, regardless of whether you got a 7.1 headset on. And just the sounds sound really realistic. You know, the swapping of the weapons just sounds really crisp and really slick. You know, and this is sort of something that I've really enjoyed with Call of Duty games. This is the one part, and Call of Duty and Battlefield as well, just like really realistic soundings. You know, yes, Battlefront 2 it's not really meant to sound realistic because it's a sci-fi genre, but you know, but that's why I like playing games like Call of Duty, because I can get that realism in a game. You know, the sounds sound so real. And the next bit is just something small, just some new abilities. There's a few new abilities for different like classes, which I think is just a little neat touch, just a bit of a change around. Because what I find with Call of Duty now is, and I'll come back onto this a bit later in a minute, is they're all a lot of the same game with the same stuff, the same way to play, same weapons, same abilities. So it's nice to see a few new abilities. I would say new weapons and new classes, but I don't play Call of Duty enough to know that that's actually changed. But from Black Ops 3 that I've played, I've noticed there are some new abilities which are actually, for better or for worse, quite helpful. There's the one that you can see me playing around with a lot in the game, the little stun droid thing. That's really useful. You just put him down, follow him around, he'll stun one of your enemies, and while they're stunned, you just shoot him a couple times with your gun and kill him. You know, it's a nice ability. You know, you got your heal on one of your class, and then you got your Prophet stun gun as well that I use. So I was using the Prophet class. I do like that class actually. It's a really good class. But yeah, just a few little new abilities, just to change things around a bit, get people adapted to like playing new and playing with new and different things, which I think is a really good way of sort of keeping the audience more interested. This is what Battlefront 2 is not really doing very well. I've clocked up about 350 hours on it's about 315 actually, not 350. What am I going on about? About 315 hours on Battlefront 2, but in that 315 hours, not a lot has changed. A few little bug fixes come out, but no new content's come out, and that's what I find is a problem with Battlefront 2, and what I like about Black Ops 3 is that there's new and different things in there, new ways to play, and it keeps your audience interested. If Black Ops 3 keep doing this, Black Ops 4 keep on doing this, and Activision keep bringing out new stuff and new ways to play and new game modes, I think it's going to be really good for them. They might recuperate themselves a little bit, just to keep your audience interested. Now on to things that I don't particularly like. Now, as far as me saying it sounds amazing, this game sounds amazing, which goes without saying. Another thing that really should go without saying, which doesn't, is it's not visually the best. Now, I know this is going to sound bad from somebody like me, but looking at it, I had my PC, it might be different on Xbox because it's automatically optimized, but I had my texture quality and model quality, or whatever it was, on full while playing one of my games, and I was playing around. The first game I played while recording, I thought it doesn't really look that good, because I was trying to figure out what I was going to say while I was playing it. So I thought it doesn't really look that visually appealing. So I thought, well, it might just be because I haven't got my video settings on very high, which is always a thing, especially with Sign Manager. If you turn your video settings down, you can definitely see the difference. So I thought, okay, I'll turn it up and see what happens. I turned it up and played another game, and I was like, is this really it? Is this really all Activision have got to show for themselves? Show for a Call of Duty game that they're trying to rectify themselves with? Compared to Battlefront 2, where it looks so visually amazing that they actually look like they did in the movies, and even better sometimes. And also the people character, where you can actually see their faces, how like Luke Skywalker or Leia or Han or whatever, how they look so realistic. It sort of puts Black Ops 4 to shame because they don't look very good. It's not visually appealing, and it doesn't visually look very realistic. And that is a massive gripe for me, because I mean, personally, I can put aside visually not being very good against like the gameplay if I can just, so long as it looks alright. You know, I could play Black Ops 4 knowing that it's not visually the best, but as long as it plays alright, I'm fine. But it's always there to bug me, and games that don't deliver how we know that they can deliver and how far technology comes, and how if it doesn't deliver that we're expecting that can happen, it's a bit disappointing. Like I'll tell you another example. Halo the Master Chief Collection. Yes, for what a flop of a game it was, I really enjoyed Halo 2 Anniversary, and I really enjoyed looking at how visually stunning it looked. It looked absolutely brilliant in every single aspect you could possibly have in it. So, and shortly after the Master Chief Collection released, we knew that Halo 5 was going to release. So we thought, okay, if this is the standard of what 343 are going for, this is going to be an amazing game visually. Maybe it might, I mean, as we know, the storyline was a total, like, blunder. But we all thought, you know, at least it's going to look visually amazing. And then we got into it and we're like, that doesn't look as good as Halo 2 did. I noticed that immediately. I didn't play the beta for Halo 5, but I looked at, I played through the campaign. The campaign was one of the first things I played through, and I was like, that doesn't look as good as Halo 2 did. It actually looks worse. It looks more like flat and cartoony. A little bit. And I thought that's actually a real disappointment. That's a real disappointment on my part, for somebody who actually was really looking forward to seeing an art style like Halo 2 in Halo 5 Guardians, and that was a real disappointment for me. And that's one of the things that really let the side down for me about Halo 5, because I knew that 343 can do better, and it's one of those things that's really annoying because I know that they can do better than that. Like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, I know that Activision can do better than that, and so does everybody else. I watched some gameplay of World War 2. That looks visually amazing, but so we know Activision could do better than that. I mean, bear in mind, this is just a beta and they might spruce things up ready for the final launch. But if they don't, you know, I expected something a bit better from them personally, you know. And I know it's a massive thing. It's a tiny thing to go on a rant about. But it's one of those things that I really hate missed opportunities as far as gaming is concerned. And something that can be so simple that we know they can do is really annoying. Another thing that I really just didn't like necessarily, and this isn't a major problem because it does, because the game is actually quite fun to play, but the maps, all the maps that I've played 4 different maps a couple times over. Each map is for all intents and purposes, it's the same map and not particularly anything different diverting them, aside from different ways to go about the map. The maps are exactly the same size, and the only difference between them is there's only one map that is a little bit different than the others, and that's just that it's floating and you can actually jump off and fall down. There's not actually anything particularly different about the maps. Some of them I've got strong resemblances to Black Ops 3, which is another thing that I don't know. It's too similar to Black Ops 3. They didn't change a lot. But, you know, and you go around these maps, and they're, for all intents and purposes, they're exactly the same. You know, there's no difference between them at all, really. You know, you go around, shoot people, jump up things, and shoot people, die, you know, do the same thing over and over and over again. There's no actual diversity between the maps. You know, there's not like one map here is a strong camping spot, this map doesn't. You know, they're all the same, they're all very flat. You know, this map, there's not, you know, with one map there's not like a massive vantage point, with another map there isn't. You know, it's all the same. All maps have a vantage point. All maps have a very flat and don't have a lot of exciting things in them. You know, it's that sort of thing. They're very similar with how they feel, and it's slightly annoying that that is the case, because I would like a bit of diversity in my maps. And again, in all fairness, Battlefront 2 is not really... I was going to compare it to Battlefront 2, but considering that Battlefront 2 is not exactly one for very diverse maps either, in all fairness. But, you know, maybe when Black Ops 4 actually fully releases, you know, maybe it can recuperate itself. Maybe just because it's the beta, it's going to sort itself out eventually, but... I don't know. It's just something that that's something that I really don't like, because that affects the gameplay for me. You know, the way it plays is fine, but how you go around the map it doesn't work. You know, Activision, I know you can do better than this. You know, we all know you can do better than this. You know, Black Ops 3, some of the maps in Black Ops 3 were actually really, really good. Some of the maps, let's see Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, I love that game. All the maps in that are brilliant. Where did that go wrong? What went wrong there? That's the problem. What went wrong between then and now to make the games actually go progressively worse instead of progressively better? This is what I don't understand. You know, I like it when games improve, but I hate it when they decline, because we know that they can do better. You know, it's just one of those things. And also, I think because Call of Duty bring out a game every single year, I think they're just draining themselves dry. I think they do need to take their time with it and spend 5 years making a really, really good Call of Duty game. One with massive diverse maps, one with where the visually it's outstanding. The weapons are very, very different. Brand new game modes. You know, visually, like, different maps that have got diversity. You know, that's what I want out of a game. This is the reason why I don't mind the games take longer if I know I'm going to get a game where I'm paying for what I'm getting, and I'm paying enough. What I'm paying is worthwhile what I'm getting, in a sense. So after all that, you know, in all fairness, it's not a bad game. It's not a bad game, and playing the game, I don't not like playing it. You know, it's really fun to play, but the things that are wrong with it are very, very hard to ignore. You know, there's a lot of new stuff in it, and there's a lot of old stuff in it, which I don't particularly mind, necessarily, and the game works really well. But, you know, because it's visually not very appealing, and the maps feel the same, it's very hard to switch off from that fact that is what the game is like. You know, you can play the game, you can have a nice time, but it's so irritating to try and distract yourself from doing that, because you know that that's there. You know it's the case. But anyway, after my little rant, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did enjoy, don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button for more awesome gaming content and reviews and what have you. If you have any other games you want me to review, leave it in the comment section down below and I'll go and have a look. I'm at the moment just doing games that I've just played recently that I think are new. And all that jazz. But I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I shall see you all later. Bye! Bye!